And I see this pattern a lot in men who are so obsessed with trying to make sure they never ejaculate that they can't enjoy sexual pleasure. Orgasm is essential for our health, our mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can manifest your ideal life. If you want to learn more about sexual mastery, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I release new videos. Make sure you get my free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the dark side of semen retention and nofap. This is something that I don't see many people talk about, and I think it's a very, very important thing to address. First of all, I think it's important for me to explain here, first of all, that for me, semen retention is not a complete practice in of itself. For me, semen retention is simply one part of a holistic lifestyle. I personally got into semen retention not simply to practice semen retention, but because I was training in Taoist energetic practices, Qigong, meditation, learning to practice internal alchemy to build my energy. And part of this practice involved learning to have orgasms without ejaculating, to retain that energy, right? And not lose it through sex, through masturbation. And once I learned how to experience non-ejaculatory sex, I naturally lost my interest in ejaculating frequently because it was draining my energy, because I had so much more confidence, drive, ambition, motivation in my life. I had much higher energy levels when I was not ejaculating frequently, so it naturally became part of my lifestyle. But I was also balancing this lifestyle out with energetic practices, circulating the sexual energy through my body, developing my body and my mind, doing shadow work, clearing negative emotions as they arose in my body. So without these other aspects, without these other holistic tools, semen retention can actually be a dangerous practice. Why? Because this raw sexual energy you build up through retention, it must be refined. It must be transformed in the body by circulating it, by meditating in a certain way, by channeling this sexual energy into other things. If you don't do this, then you can run into issues and the energy starts to become stagnant. And the biggest thing that I see is that it feeds guys' ego. It starts to feed this self-centered view of the world. And the practice of semen retention in itself starts to become a competition. It starts to become, oh, I'm so much better than you because I went 100 days. So it becomes this ego trip. It becomes this false sense of superiority based on the fact that you're not ejaculating. You start to identify with that, right? And it starts to limit yourself in your life. It starts to create a blockage in your energy flow, because what happens is when all this sexual energy that you're building up becomes concentrated in the genitals, it actually pulls a lot of your awareness and your energy into the lower centers of the body, right? If you're doing this without meditation practices, without Qigong, without circulating the energy to activate it with all of the energy centers, then it gets stuck in the lower centers of the body. You get stuck in base level consciousness, competition, ego, materialism. You become overly obsessed with sex, with lustful thoughts. You try to dominate the people around you. So it becomes a very toxic pattern, a shadow expression of the masculine power. And it also comes down to, what is your purpose in practicing semen retention? Why are you holding on to your energy? If it's from a lack mindset, you're afraid of losing energy. You're afraid to let it go. So you hold on to it desperately. This becomes a very contracted pattern, and you stop enjoying life. You stop being able to relate to others. You're unable to exchange energy, especially through lovemaking, because you're afraid of losing something. So you hoard it within your body and you become very contracted. You become very tight. This makes you feel very irritable, makes you feel very angry often. It makes you feel stuck in your life, it makes you unable to have creativity, to have flow and joy in your life. It becomes a very rigid pattern, and the tree that becomes stiff and rigid is easily broken by storms, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that it's very important to get clear about why you are practicing retention or nofap. Why are you doing this, right? If it's because you want to be better than other people, if it's because you want to say that you reached a certain number of days, you're feeding your ego. You're doing it for the wrong reasons, and this is not going to be a sustainable path for you. Eventually, you are going to get tired of this approach and you're going to go back to your old habits, right? Nothing which is forced by nature is sustainable. And I see this pattern a lot in men who are so obsessed with trying to make sure they never ejaculate that they can't enjoy sexual pleasure. Orgasm is essential for our health, our mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. Our body is in a constant state of orgasm. Cellular reproduction is a sexual process. When we do not allow ourselves to experience orgasm, to experience sexual pleasure and connection with other humans, then it starts to distort the way our cells can reproduce. It distorts the patterns of our DNA, and we experience blockages. We experience negative emotions, and life loses its joy. We become rigid and focused on accumulating material things, obsessed with trying to have some sort of social status. But at the end of your life, you can't take these things with you. It's not going to be satisfying. You will regret spending a lot of your years being in this very low level of consciousness. And becoming overly obsessed about never ejaculating again often causes all this guilt and shame around sex, or a sense of withholding. You're afraid to really connect with a partner during lovemaking because you're afraid of ejaculating. So it creates this tension in your body and your mind. Your partner detects this and they may start to feel resentful towards you, right? So semen retention should never be about focusing on stopping anything, it's trying to, hold something back. It should be about creating a flow in your life. It should be about redirecting the flow of your sexual energy, not stopping it, redirecting it upwards. That's why doing breath work, meditation, Qigong, sexual Kung Fu practice is essential if you want to live a sustainable semen retention practice where you can still have sex, you can still experience orgasm, but you learn how to separate orgasm from ejaculation so you capture that sexual energy charge without dispersing it and supercharge yourself. And therefore, the flow of sexual energy never stops. It's never constricted, but it is redirected to other areas in the body so that that sexual energy keeps flowing, keeps fluid. When all this energy is stuck in your genitals, the heart tends to close down. You live life in a very logical manner, always analyzing things, always trying to achieve material status. But when you circulate the energy through the body, opening up the heart center, opening up the crown center, it starts to harmonize all of these multidimensional experiences we're meant to have as humans, meaning that sexual desire is balanced with love, is balanced with spiritual connection. You no longer become obsessed about trying to become better than others, trying to tell people, oh, I went 100 days, I'm so cool, right? You become more interested in creating joy, creating beauty, creating art in your life, channeling your sexual energy into creative expression, art, music, an offering you have to the world, creating courses, helping people, healing people, whatever it is, right? So now you're giving back to the world rather than just trying to hoard all this energy in your body and telling everyone else how better you are than them, right? Which is just an ego trip. It's an illusion. So on a practical level, I recommend going through my sexual Kung Fu exercises playlist and my Qigong playlist. Practicing those exercises, specifically the testicle breathing practice, is a great practice for moving the sexual energy through the body, transmuting it so it's not stuck in the genitals, just amplifying this base level of expression. If you want to learn how to truly make semen retention a sustainable and enjoyable lifestyle, check out my 12-week course, Multi-Orgasmic Man, where I go into depth on how to channel sexual energy through your body, open up the higher energy centers, have non-ejaculatory orgasms, and learn how to last for hours in bed without ejaculating. I'll put more information in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.